how to fix email deliverability in 2026. This is a big one, and it continues to be a big one every single year. Like, people just continue to fail to understand how email deliverability works. Good news is it's really simple. And I have for e-commerce brands here, but really anyone can benefit from this. It is intuitive, basic, simple stuff. And that's good. The simple stuff is what works. But let's get right into it. So what's the problem? Just bear with me here. Let's say if theoretically you want to send to everyone on your list, but when you try to do so, you get extremely low engagement, 15% opens, 25% opens. If you're watching this video, that probably is like a pretty realistic scenario. The question is why? All right, and a lot of my clients and brand owners that I work with seem to be missing this basic. They don't quite grasp this concept in their head, right? You have to play by the rules of inbox providers, and you're not. So just think like Gmail, Hotmail, Outlook, just like any other platform, like Meta ads, right? There's regulations there. Inbox providers have rules, right? They have rules and regulations and standards. And if you're not playing by those rules, if you're not playing nicely, you will be flagged. You will be punished for that. So it just doesn't really matter. Like, if you don't like those rules, like, there's no way around it. It doesn't matter if you have a sale in 3 days and you have a brand new email account and you have not done the proper things to warm up that sending domain. It doesn't matter. Like you don't have control over that. You can't just blast your whole list and just expect to get 55% opens. It just doesn't work like that. It doesn't matter where you're starting. You have to play by the rules. You have to warm up your sending domain. You have to get to the point where you're getting good opens for like a sale blast to work. And that's why people mess up Black Friday, Cyber Monday. That's a topic for another video, because they don't have good deliverability principles established earlier in the year, and months of this stuff built up. So you must accept this. That's step one. You must accept you have to play by the rules, right? It's just like driving. You can't just go at like day one, 100 miles an hour. You're going to crash, burn, and probably kill someone. Anyways, good news is it's really simple. It's a really simple fix. All right, it's really simple, just like with anything that works. Super simple. Once you do this, what I'm going to talk about in this video, you can consistently send to 90% of your active profiles, which is great. If you have 100,000 people on your list, imagine sending to 90,000 of them 3 times a week. You're going to get, imagine that revenue, 90,000 people seeing messages, good quality messages from you 3 times a week. Like, that's the beauty of email marketing. You just got to get to that point. So here's how. So the first thing is understanding the difference between segments and lists. And maybe you're watching this video and you're like, dude, that's so simple. But I promise you, like, 80% of the brand owners I talk to and do not quite understand the simple difference here. And that's fine. It's not necessarily intuitive. So a list is static. It's non-dynamic and does not change. And those 3 sentences or words mean all the same thing. But that's how much I want you to understand that. Lists do not change. So if you open up a brand new Klaviyo account, brand new OmniSend account, and you're just throwing in all the lists from Klaviyo, first-time or purchasers, all-time purchasers, et cetera, it's just like a CSV file of their names, their phone numbers, where they're from. All right, that is static. All right, that's great that you have all that and you can throw that in there, but that doesn't tell you which one of those people or how many of those people actually want to open your emails. You have to then manually create segments. All right, and segments change based on defined rules. So people can filter in and out of that. That's why you always want to use segments, because maybe someone wants to open emails this year, but next year they don't want to open emails. So next year they'll just filter out and they won't be getting those emails. And that's how you can maintain good deliverability, is because only people that have proven that they want to open the emails in that period of time will actually be receiving those emails. As we went to from the beginning, right? The beginning part of this slide, that's the main problem. You're just trying to send emails to people that don't want to open them. So we'll get back to that in a second. What does an engaged segment actually mean? All right, so like I just said, only people who actually want to open them, but there might be some people who don't know they want to open your emails. So you kind of have to test the waters, right? If you have a brand new Klaviyo account, for example, you have 50,000 people on there. Maybe you know that there's 5 or 10,000 that were opening from Shopify email or whatever. But what about that remaining 40,000? You got to see, you got to test and see, you got to slowly open it up, slowly add some more of those people in to that 5,000 sending segment, and see if those people want to engage. But that's why you always use a segment, because if they do want to engage, they can. If they don't, they'll fall out, right? They won't get the emails anymore. So what are good segments to use? All right, so we have engage 30, and these definitions, that's literally what you can put. Like, it doesn't need to be more complicated than that. In OmniSend, Klaviyo just put opened at least once in the past 30 days. So these are like the 3 base ones I'd start with. Engage 30, then go to engage 60, then go to engage 90. Just people that have opened an email at least once in the past 30 days, open an email at least once in the past 60 days, open an email at least once in the past 90 days. And just like as you go, you keep sending to engage 30, you're getting great open rates, 55, 60%. Cool, open it up to engage 60. See if you can get away with sending to more people. Then engage 90, right? Maybe you can go to engage 120. The more people consistently receiving emails on a weekly basis, the better. More eyeballs on your brand, right? More opportunity for more purchases. That's what you want. So what does this look like in actual practice? Bad deliverability to good. So case study, started working with this brand about a month and a half ago. What were they doing? Just as in most case scenarios where it's just in-house and the owner's trying to do everything, they had all these lists from Shopify. You see Shopify customer list 1, 2, 3. They just put it in, plugged it into Klaviyo and clicked send on campaigns. And yeah, cool. They got like 20,000, 25,000 people to open, generated some good revenue, but they're getting like 10% opens. Like, if you continue to send emails at 10% opens, after a while, you're just going to be blacklisted from inbox providers, because you're get like 9 out of 10 people are just like, they don't want to receive your emails. And if you're repeatedly doing it because you're sending to static lists and not dynamic segments, no bueno, right? There goes your Black Friday, Cyber Monday. There goes everything. So what did we do to fix it? All right. And just exactly what I just went over is all we did. You can see down here, we start with engage 30. So people that have opened in the past 30 days, then we warmed up to 45 and 60, and we kept sending to 60 for a little bit, then engage 90, back down to 60, 60, 60, then 90. Once you at a few thousand people, maybe 5, 10,000 people, you can stick there for a little bit, try to get some consistent good open rates, and then back to opening up. So then we're back at 110. Engage 110. That's where we're at right now. And we'll continue to go. Engage 120. Engage 150. Until we've opened up as much of the list as we deem possible, we can suppress everyone else and then just stick with that engaged portion and just keep sending to them. And you can see over here, click rates are great. That's because the content we were sending out is fire. And the deliverability is great. I mean, the revenue. The revenue is great with every send, right? But what I really want to pinpoint here is with these most recent sends, we're getting 27,000, 25, 26,000 opens. So amount of people that are opening and seeing the emails. But the open rate percentage is 70%, 67%. Like, that's very high, which is very similar, right? So before they were getting 26,000 opens. Now we're getting around 26,000 opens. But the difference is the deliverability. That's the important thing. Here, they're getting 11% opens. Here, they're getting 60% opens. That's the important thing to keep in mind. This is what's going to keep you in the green with inbox providers. Although the stats are very similar here, because they're getting the same amount of opens and they're getting great revenue, cool. It does. If you're not playing by the rules of inbox providers, this is not going to last very long. Whereas this will last long because it looks good. That open rate is good. Right? And I had this on the next slide. Inbox providers right now, right? They love to see that. They love to see good open rate. At a certain point, yes, open rate doesn't matter as much. But if most brands, their deliverability is not good. You have to prove to inbox providers that you're trustworthy, just like any other relationship. So If you do all the things I just mentioned, this is what they're going to look like. They're going to have hard eyes for you. And in this case study, this was all in 45 days. I think 100% by the 90-day mark, we'll be consistently getting over 100,000 people to open with over 50% open rates on every single campaign that we send. So what's possible in 90 days is pretty amazing. I think you can achieve this process in most case scenarios within 3 months. It's just you have to do the step up approach, right? You have to slowly open up those segments. If you don't, you're just going to dig yourself a deeper and deeper hole. And then I'm going to close with this acronym, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Just stay consistent, right? Stick with it. Even if you see low open rates in the beginning, you're like, it still says 13%, 15%. Stick at it. Just keep opening up that sending segment little by little. The consistency over time is really what matters. All right, that's it for this video. Let me know if you have any questions below in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer. Until next time, peace.